Yo, what's up, guys? It's Flame here, bringing back yet another daily video, ladies and gentlemen. E3 has just wrapped up, especially for PlayStation. I watched every single breathing moment that they had on there, because it was absolutely fantastic. This could have been one of the best E3s, if not the best E3s. Definitely from my standpoint, on what I've been shown, I believe it is. I don't know. Uh, First off, we're going to talk about all of the games that I was really hyped for. Let's talk about the main E3 announcement, like the press conference, and then they have the live cast ones, which are like, all the other little games. God of War. God of War took the show floor by storm. God of War looked absolutely fantastic. The way they revealed it, they have a live orchestra. And what they actually did was they actually played the live orchestra in the demo to make it match with the game. They had a live orchestra that matched up and stayed throughout the entire thing too for other games as well. Like they had I believe it was like a special VR Star Wars Battlefront mission, and they even recited that too. They had a bunch of other stuff, like there's some Mad Max stuff. The next one is Hideo showing up. Hideo Kojima. He was talking about his new project. It was like, I'm trying to remember. It was a weird name, like Depth Striding or something. They didn't show a whole lot about it. It did have Norman Reedus, who's from what is his name? Dale? I know it's not Dale, and I'm gonna be absolutely screwed over and slaughtered in the comment section about this. But he's the biker from The Walking Dead. So they had Norman Reedus in there. They didn't have Guillermo del Toro, so I don't think they're going to be going for a Silent Hill kind of game again. There is there is like a ghost baby fetus, which was really weird, and a bunch of like beached whales. This is just how Kojima does his stuff, and then it pans out, and there's actually like these I think it's like five floating people like out in the atmosphere, and then all of a sudden they disappear, they vanish, they go in their separate directions, which was really weird but really cool. They also showed off a lot of VR stuff. I'm still trying to think about the press conference. What else did they show? I will say, if we want to go away from PlayStation a little bit, Bethesda, they had a really great one because they showed off a lot of new games. Like, I'm really excited for the new Prey. I'm excited for the new Doom DLCs. If I could elaborate as to how excited I am for seeing all of the great games to come, it's probably like 110% because they're releasing Skyrim Remastered, Prey 2, as I said before, Dishonored 2. Uh, it's just a lot of stuff like Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon. That's one that I'm really excited for. I'm really excited to be getting Lego Star Wars: The Force Awakens. It's coming out on the 24th of this month. That's a lot of hype too. They had a few live demos that just like went straight up after the press conference, which I got to go and play. They have Resident Evil. I'm not a big fan of Resident Evil, but it looks really cool. I might actually get into it at that point in time. Horizon Zero Dawn was one of the first games. How could I forget about that? Horizon Zero Dawn looks absolutely amazing. I love all the guys down that are working on it down at Gorilla, who make the games. Gorilla. Oh no, I'm getting rigs mixed up. But yeah, Gorilla. They're building that. They worked on Killzone previously, so I think they're talking about just maybe stepping back from the franchise, seeing what they can deliver for some other games. Bringing something new to the table. So they worked on that. I think it's Days Gone. Days Gone looks really, really, really cool. It's actually based off of the Pacific Northwest, which is where I live by. So just seeing that kind of game, and like apparently they're not actually zombies. If you guys do remember what it was like this biker gang who's living out, the final days of their brotherhood as a biker gang whilst the apocalypse is happening. But they're not really zombies. I can't remember what they're called. I think it starts with like an S. Strikers, streakers. Streakers is probably not the correct term for it. But they're actually still humans. And they still like fight in packs. They still fight against each other for different nutrients and food. They're not zombies. You can't just shoot them in the head and they'll be done. Like, you can shoot them anywhere in the body. It's really an interesting yet amazing concept. I really liked how they approached that. Call of Duty Infinite Warfare looks really, really, really cool too. Of course, I'm a Call of Duty fan, so I'm going to be going back for all the Call of Duties. The Destiny Rise of Iron DLC, that one looks phenomenal. I'm going to scroll through here a little bit. I'm not a big fan of Street Fighter or any games like that. Injustice 2 looks not too bad. If it's a PlayStation Plus exclusive, well, not exclusive, sorry, uh, a free-to-play for a certain month kind of game, then I will be sure to grab it. Some of those games look like it. Oh, Brutal. It has like an ASCII kind of art style to it. It's a dungeon roguelike, dungeon crawler, I do believe. It looks really cool too. They also announced Don't Starve Together. Those are both going to be coming out. They said nothing about No Man's Sky, but since No Man's Sky is going to be coming up so close to now, it's already assumed they're not going to be announcing a whole lot. I thought they would maybe say, oh, this little snippet of something, but I guess not. They're just trying to let the hype subside, and then all of a sudden they'll just smash on in with it. As I look around, Call of Cthulhu, didn't get to see that game. Pox Nora looked pretty cool. I'm trying to remember. It was like a kind of like a card game, not like Gwyneth from The Witcher. It's not like that, but it was still like a virtual kind of card game. I don't know. It was weird, kind of how they showed it. Oh yeah, okay. So Riggs. Oh my gosh, Riggs looks amazing for PlayStation VR. If we could take a moment out of this entire day just to recap over, I feel like I need to make a video separate on that. Out of like a PlayStation's VR, the Riggs, that's made by Gorilla Cambridge. They're an extension to the studio Gorilla. It's like, I don't exactly know where Cambridge is, but nonetheless, they're working on it, and it looks like a very heavily inspired esports game, and a lot of like mechanized. Let's say if you're a big fan of Call of Duty, a lot of mechanized like uplink gameplay. There's a bunch of other stuff too. There's, I think, 100-foot robot golf where you're actually robots and you play golf in a destructible city environment. It's actually really funny because you can obscure the views of other people that are actually trying to play golf by like pushing a building down in front of them, and they're like, oh dang it, do I take the shot or do I like move around or something? It's so cool. I love it. Everything, I think that's the title, by the way, you guys. It's a weird title, but it's called Everything. I actually got to see some of it. It was so funny. It was so hilarious. I think like if I were to be getting drunk off my ass, that's exactly what I'd be seeing. Like, it looks really wonky, yet it looks really hilarious. You can actually become anything you want to be. Like in the demo they had showed, I think it was like 5 hour. On PlayStation, they actually had like a selection of PlayStation Underground videos, which is like a big selection of gameplay, and I think in total went up to 5 hours for a bunch of different games. And they had showed everything with one of them. It wasn't a full 5 hours. I think it was like 1 hour though, and it was still a pretty lengthy, good amount of time. I do believe it's PlayStation exclusive, PS4 exclusive. Anyhow, they start you off with an animal, and then you could go bigger or smaller. Like if you're an animal, you can go down to like a crump of glass, uh, uh, like a clump of grass. There we go. And you could go even deeper to that. You could be the rocks. You could be the ants. You can go even deeper, and you could be a dirt particle. They show all of that in the game. You can zoom out. You can be like a mountain, and like you can still move around and stuff. And then you could be like a continent, a big chunk of land. You could be a planet, and then you zoom out even further. You can be a galaxy, a universe. It's insane. What I'm saying to you guys is probably not even fathomable unless you've seen the videos. Like, hopefully I get my hands on that game soon because it's really cool. Also, what I'm really excited for is I've never played a South Park game before. I used to watch South Park a bunch. I don't anymore. I don't really watch TV in general, so it's kind of meh. YouTube's life. But South Park, the... Oh, I don't want to say this. South Park, I think it's... Oh gosh, the title totally slipped for me. It's... The Fractured Butthole. B-U-T space W-H-O-L-E. I know what they were trying to go for that. I fell into the trap there, but it still looks really hilarious where you're playing as Cartman and all of his friends, and you're basically taking on the roles of superheroes. Like, it just, when it's there, it's entirely making references and jabs at, all of Marvel and DC and all of these funny things. It's too hilarious. You guys have to see it. Watch Dogs 2, I'm really excited about too. I didn't like Watch Dogs. I know Ubisoft grounds their graphics and a lot of their things in their engine. For some reason, they take them all down. I don't know why. Like, they scrunch them down and they make it so numb. I don't know why they do it so much, but still, nonetheless, it is really, really, really cool. I can't wait to go and try and check out some of that. Maybe if anybody has any demos along these, that would be really cool to see some. Hopefully they pop out some new ones. I already talked about Days Gone. Telltale, meh. Not really a whole lot of projects that I'm really interested in at the same time. Titanfall 2, I'm really excited for. Never got to really get my hands on Titanfall 1. But Titanfall 2 is made by Respawn, which is the same ones of Titanfall 1. Just the Titanfall series is made by Respawn. And a lot of people from the Modern Warfare series of Call of Duty actually went and created that series. Like right in the middle of Ghost, because Ghost was in such a development hell, they decided to branch off and make their own studio, and it just looks really, really, really cool. Like, there's not even a single actually prepaid DLC, they said. Maybe there might be a little bit of microtransactions, a little bit along those lines, like some paints and stuff, but they said, like, the DLC expansion and everything, all of it's going to be free. Now, with that being said, I don't know how much is going to be there, but it's still great nonetheless. Oh my gosh, I'm talking so much. Battlefield 1, I kind of want to give it a shot now. It doesn't look too bad. I'm not too hyped for it as much as Infinite Warfare, though. If we scroll down a little bit, yeah, there's Prey. Just overall, a lot of great games. I'm not a big fan of Crash Bandicoot. Don't kill me. However, I would be willing to go and play it and check it out. There's always a first for everything. Detroit Become Human looks really, really, really cool. It's like a lot of how Heavy Rain and Beyond Two Souls, took some routes off. So if you guys like that, Last Guardian, the graphics are obviously in a PS3 kind of age, but that's how a lot of other games were too. It's just the thing that's special about The Last Guardian is the storytelling. How you feel, so emotionally attached to what was Trico. That's the little rat chihuahua bird type mixture of a friend you have, a best friend. It was called Trico. So like you'll feel really connected to him. It's really cool. Mafia I didn't really get to see a whole lot of as I'm just scrolling through here. Hitman, I'm excited for Hitman, but I don't really play a whole lot of Hitman. Here They Lie is a psychological horror that looks really, really, really cool. I'm excited for that too. I'm not a fan of Kingdom Hearts or Final Fantasy. I mean, I could probably give it a shot one day, but Gravity Rush 2. Gravity Rush is a great, fantastic game in my eyes. I love the first Gravity Rush. I haven't even finished it yet. I was doing a Let's Play on here, and then I got really, really, really irritated, and just a bunch of stuff wasn't working out. Maybe one day I could recap it. Maybe do like a finalized episode where it's summer now, so if I just do like a 24-hour live stream of me just playing and beating the crap out of it, although I'd be like so delusional and tired out of all of it. It wouldn't sound too bad. Once again, Brutal looks really great. Paragon, I don't know. I think it's still in beta on PS4. It might just be on PS4. I don't know. Eagle Flight, that's made by Ubisoft, and it's a VR kind of game. I don't know how these VR games that are like really fast paced are gonna do. It's a little bit scary to think about, but you're basically a bird that flies around. You can collect food and stuff. A lot of things that deal heavily with multiplayer. I heard there might have been single player, so I don't know. Maybe we'll just have to keep an eye out there. Sniper Elite 4. I've never played Sniper Elite, but I really want to play Sniper Elite 3, so seeing Sniper Elite 4 wants me to play it even more. Argami is a cool stealth game. I really like how it's designed. It looks like another PS4 indie, because they would call this like a lot of haters on the PlayStation, even some fans would call it the indie station. So this is just proving its point even more. But I mean, not to say that that's a bad rep at all, because a lot of these indie games are really cool and innovative, so I like how they're designed. I'm starting to run a little bit short here. How We Soar, can't quite remember that one. Robinson looks really cool too. You have a friend that's like a little robot, and it's like a dinosaur age type thing. It's really cool. There's a lot of stuff that's with the Unreal Engine that a lot of people are using nowadays, especially with PS4. Then we will cut it off with Lego Dimensions, and I think that's about it. Lego Dimensions looks really, really, really cool with all of the different expansion packs they have and a bunch of stuff to add in. So there's going to be more news about that. They have like Adventure Time. They have like The Goonies. They have E.T. All of this crazy stuff. But this is Alex the Flame, and I'm out. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the video. Don't starve together. It's going to be amazing, and I'm just cutting off at the edge. Woo! Greatness awaits, ladies and gentlemen.